With high prices, many are living on borrowed money, trying to make ends meet. But carrying credit card debt can cause some serious financial stress. Local financial professional John Vandergriff from the Blue Ridge Wealth Planners joins us with strategies to tackling debt. And first off, I mean, I know it's an issue. How big of an issue, how big of a problem is personal debt like credit card and things like that?
Yeah, a recent study came out that said 50% of Americans are carrying a credit card balance right now. So, I mean, just to put that, it didn't say how much, but,
right.
you know, to put that volume in perspective, you know, is pretty substantial.
Right.
And we've seen that increase, obviously, as inflation has been high lately.
Right.
People have had to make ends meet there, but sometimes people are making that happen sometimes in not great scenarios because, you know, as we look at it, I think there's a lot of fear of missing out today. And, you know, like for most of the people we work with in retirement, they sacrifice early so that they can get rewarded tomorrow. Right. Sometimes people aren't willing to sacrifice today, and the detriment is to tomorrow's situation. So
they're not going to cut their expenses and to save money because whatever it is, I don't want to name brands, but whatever coffee they want or whatever car they want to drive or things like that. So we don't know exactly, we know that people carry it. How can people start to pay it off, especially if they look at it? I'm not going to say, let's say someone has $1,000 and they can, but I mean, they really have a lot of credit card debt. How do they start tackling that?
Well, I think the biggest thing is you've got to get organized. You know, it's just kind of like if you have a wound, you got to stop the bleeding before you can make something positive happen. Right. So as we look at this, we've got to get organized. We've got to know where our debts are, what's contributing to them, why are we going into so much debt. You know, it may be a legitimate reason, it may not be. So we've got to know that. We've also got to look and say, can I develop a budget that doesn't, you know, keep me from doing essential things, but maybe restricts me to limiting the things that I enjoy doing on a more manageable basis every week or every month.
I mean, and let's just say someone says, I can't, I've got medicine, I got this, and so I'm actually every month, we'll just use a round number of $100 I'm going over, so that's going on my credit card. If they have a lot of debt, is there ways to say, hey, I'll put debt here versus there because that percentage for a credit card is pretty high? Is it? None of it's good, but would it be better to have debt somewhere else?
Yeah, no, I mean, you can search around and see if there's ways to consolidate some of that debt, try to bring down that interest rate. That's never a bad thing to do, but nothing is going to happen with the base of it until you start the process of paying it off. And so sometimes, you know, like we've even said, if you've got like a cable relationship or a cell phone, sometimes you can call those places and try to renegotiate what those deals are and think that you don't have any room for, you know, breathing room in your monthly budget, but bring that in and really find some options that you didn't know were on the table that can help you find a little bit of options there. So
a lot of good information, John. Thank you very much. Hope is that everyone will be able to pay off their debt, get their finances in order. That's for sure. All right.